I'm happy to have Vincent Keymer here after his fifth round in the Deutschland Grand Prix of the Sparkassen Chess Trophy. And he played a game against Gata Kamsky. And yeah, how was the game for you, Vincent?
Yeah, I think certainly it was a very difficult game for both of us. I think after the opening I already had a pretty good position, probably already close to winning, and then I totally messed up and I think he got way too much counterplay, and I think then in time trouble I managed to not only save the game but also get a very pleasant end game, also from a practical point of view, and then I managed to win the game.
Yeah, congratulations. It's a big...
Yeah, of course, I'm happy now winning white against Kamsky. Although, I mean, I had the feeling after the opening I maybe could win, and then, in between I would have been already extremely happy to save it. So, yeah, lots of up and downs in that game.
Yeah, so you searched for an interesting position before we started. That was your position after the opening.
Yeah, and first of all, here I thought my position should still be pretty good. Of course, king h7, what he played is the main line. I think bishop f6 might also be a move because, I can take, but then let's say, king g7 probably. And if I go back, he can take and gh4, so I think here I would have played f3 and knight h6, and I think I would have actually taken this one.
Wow.
And taken gf4, and I'm not sure, but I felt like this might be just winning. I have 3 pawns and all the squares, so I think that's not something he should allow.
Pretty nice center, and king h1, rook g1 coming. Yeah.
So he played king h7 and f3. This was my idea, knight h6. Yeah, and here the problem was the position I wanted to get was this. Bishop d7, queen e7, and here even to put in b5. No, sorry, not around. Now I think e5 first, rook e5, b5. And then, here everything is hanging, so queen g6 or something. Yeah, but this e5 was the whole idea.
Yeah, at some good point to
but of course, he knew this, and the problem is, he will just not take back on f4. Yeah, I can give the bishop, but then, I mean, the king is really open. It's pretty dangerous. He can probably just go knight f7 there. So I took here first, and now rook e7. And here I really don't know. I also thought about a move like bishop e1. The idea is to force him to take, then just to go back so that he won't open up his bishop with ef4. But I am not sure. He also had the opportunity to go here. I wanted to take, queen g5 check, king h1. And
you are pawn up, but he gets a lot of dark squares.
2 pawns right now. He could take the piece, but I don't think that should work. It's just e6, b5, and but he can take. And here I was absolutely not sure what this position was. So but I think in this, around these moves here, he took over. Bishop e6. First I wanted to play e5, bishop e5, and then something around bishop e4 and knight e4 and bishop e1. So if I go here,
trapping the queen.
But I think he will just take and play a move like bishop b7, and suddenly it's really difficult for me. He will go knight f5, and I mean the pieces look very, just extremely strong. The 2 bishops, this bishop was dead the whole time. So here I took a pretty long thought and played knight e2, probably still not a very good move. I mean, funny thing is he can always take a b4, and I can't take back because he will take and take on c4. So here I would have...
taking on a1, the rook, and then
and I could have played something like rook a2, but that's already too much to go into detail here. So he played bishop c8, also I think pretty good move.
So somehow he succeeded in making the position complicated and get back into the game.
Also this bishop of course was really nice. Now exchanging it against this guy, it's a good thing for him. And this, clearly the problem is he will just start pushing g5, g4 at some point, and basically I can't defend, so I need to get counterplay fast enough. Rook f8, c5, take, and I think knight f7 was a really strong move. I can't take f4, knight f4, there's always bishop e5 and the pin, because h2 is made, and I think bishop f4 probably also just knight e5. And
here you have been in some trouble.
I felt like,
But you came out of it, how?
I played bishop e1, because he always goes to h3 normally, but now I can take f4, so he has to go back. That was the idea. And now I want to press on d6, so knight e5, queen a3 was the idea. And now rook b8, bishop c3, and I think this was the turning point, that he forgot about this idea, because this rook looks more active, but f4 is undefended. And so here I win an extremely important tempo. He needs to defend, and then I get knight d4, knight e6. So this one tempo probably changes the whole position.
So if I play rook f7 now, you go knight d4, and
just
then
knight
you are
d4. knight e6, and I mean with tempo up probably black is just better, and here it's maybe close to lost. So this one tempo here is of course extremely important. And yeah, he decided to take dc5 and queen f4. Okay, I have to take I have no option, and bishop h6 of course. That was
so you sacrificed an exchange here.
Yeah, no, I took, and I mean first I wanted to go play knight e6 because I felt like this should be pretty good. I mean, this is probably just winning because after c6 I have f4, rook e5, knight g5. That was the idea. But he can start with c6. That was what I had missed. And now suddenly there was no way for me to find anything because I can take. Probably he takes, plays like this, knight d7, but he has rook g5 check. Okay, it's still not over because I can go king h1 and then h4 traps the rook, probably, or f2, but yeah, no, this is lost. Yeah, here it's lost. But yeah, that was the problem. So I just, felt, okay, knight e6 was my plan, but I couldn't make it work after c6. So I went to d3. And yeah, of course, I could have taken the rook, but I think he just goes bishop e3 and then bishop d4. And suddenly I felt like only white can be worse because the bishop dominates everything, defends the pawns, and this c-pawn can be really fast. So I just took on c1. And this is, I think, a really unpleasant position for black. I don't know if it's lost or if it's bad, but it felt like, nice position for me.
Much easier to play with all the pawns and the knight on e6. And now you activated the king pretty nice.
Yeah, this I felt like could become really dangerous. Oh, no, sorry. King e5 first, he blocks all the pawns and then goes here. And okay, this is the way you lose this with white. Yeah, I mean, if I get the king out, okay, I usually can't really lose the game. And so I went here. Yeah, king f6 and h4. And I don't know what he should play here. I mean, from a practical point of view, it's really hard to save the game already, I believe at least.
So your idea is to bring the king
just
to
bring
d4,
the kings,
f4, e5?
Yeah, probably knight e6 at some point, because I will just take c7 and he basically can't defend. But yeah, I played king e3. I think important is to not play f4, because then at some point he will just give checks and I have no place to hide for the king.
Okay.
So yeah, king e3, king f7, knight e6. Yeah, and he has to take, and then this rook endgame, I don't know whether it's draw or won for me, but of course the problem is that basically he can't move, so if I find any kind of winning plan, it's over. So, okay, this is not so important. Okay, this was the first idea, yeah? If I play like this, is this position won or not? Because most likely we will reach a position like this. No, that's not correct. I need to find the right way to get the position. Yeah, probably. No, here it's, he can give check, but then king e6. So rook d7, rook g6, king f8. Yeah, and I can go e6. Then he has also to go here. I can also go king f6. And the very important question for me was, is this position winning or not? Because, I mean, it looks like it should be winning, but if I move the rook, there's immediately rook h6 check. And this was not so clear to me. Okay. So as we will see in the game, if we go back,
okay, so you found no direct win, so you thought...
I can just move around, and I think here I found the trick that with rook on a5, the same thing wouldn't work as well, because then there's rook e6, and king d5, rook b6, rook b4. Okay, after rook c5. So, but if I have rook c4, f4 is protected, so he can't attack. That was the point why the new rook needs to be on the 4th rank. And now we get this f5, but like this. And the whole point right now is that I'm not blocked by the c-pawn, so that I will get to the 8th rank whenever I want. And yeah, the c-pawn was really important because it just blocked the file, the 7th rank. And now here there's just now, okay, it was a bit tricky, just rook d1. Now I'm threatening check and rook d7 because the pawn game is winning there. And yeah, okay, here he resigned. I think there's not much hope.
Very impressive rook endgame. Thanks for the lecture. Thanks, Vincent. And tomorrow is one round. You play against whom in the next round?
I think Georg Meier.
Against Georg Meier, okay. Yeah, good luck with that, and thanks a lot for the analysis.
Yeah, thank you very much.